Hey y'all, sorry to say this, but Rodney couldn't make it to this episode of Eatin' Good in the Woods. Turned out his mama had a blocked salivary gland a couple weeks ago, got that fixed, and now she's spitting up a storm. In fact, she's over at the county fairgrounds right now in a spit-a-thon. Heck, I sponsored her for 50 cents a loogie. But I digress. We are going to make a nice soup today in their absence, and we're going to use some leftover stuff from Thanksgiving. We're going to have some turkey broth, going to have some turkey, going to have some fresh herbs. Oh my good golly, it's going to be delicious. And y'all stick around, I'll show you how. Before we go any further, I'd like to remind you guys, please don't forget to mash that subscribe button, give me a big old thumbs up, maybe even leave me a comment or two. I sure would appreciate it. For this year recipe, we're going to need some fresh spinach, some spring onion, a regular onion, some carrots, 1.5 quarts of turkey broth, gonna need some wild rice, some salt, and some fresh herbs. These are sage, rosemary, and thyme. We're going to start with a medium saucepan and a lid and add to that our 1.5 quarts of turkey broth. Now we're going to run some warm water through those containers to make sure we get all the fat and flavor. Then we're going to start adding our herbs. We're going to start with a couple sprigs of sage, a bunch of thyme, and a few sprigs of rosemary. Now listen, should you happen to have some butcher twine, you can tie all this stuff up. It sure will make it a lot easier to remove when you've done supercharge that broth. We're going to bring it to a boil, stir it around, and let it simmer while we get the vegetables ready. My friend Anandi calls this a nice lazy simmer, which coincidentally is Rodney's rapper name. Ain't that right, Rodney? Anyway, here's a link to his page. Go give him a look. Now we're going to chop up 1 onion. Now you don't want to make these too small, and of course you don't want to make them too big either. If they're too small, it'll probably just disappear into the soup, and you want some chunks in it. Then I've got this bag of baby carrots. We're going to cut those into bite-sized chunks. Say, that reminds me, if y'all are looking for a way to support this channel, keep this here train rolling full of farm fresh content twice a week, why don't you slide over to my Teespring shop, get yourself a coffee mug or maybe even a t-shirt. But if you don't want to do that, how about you go to buymeacoffee.com, and for the price of a cup of coffee, you help keep this train a-rolling. You can also visit boondockerswelcome.com. All of the links are in the description. Thanks a bunch. Now we're going to take one of these here bags of spinach. And I know it's time consuming, but you're going to want to take off all them stems. If we were blending the soup, that'd be one thing. But with the stems in them, it just wouldn't be all that nice. So make sure you get all those stems out. Then we're going to chop it down. Put it in that bowl with the other veg. Now that we've got this to a nice lazy simmer, we'll remove all of those herbs. And we're going to add 1/2 tablespoon or to taste of some sort of spice blend that has salt in it. And then 1 tablespoon of garlic. And then 1 cup of wild rice. Stir it around and get it back up to a simmer. And then we'll go cut up our leftover turkey. This is about 1/2 pound. Mrs. Eatin Good in the Woods said she wanted some spring onion on top, and who am I to disappoint? Let's put all of our ingredients back in here and get it back to a nice simmer. We're going to let it simmer until the wild rice is fully cooked. And here's what it looks like. Ain't it pretty? All right, y'all, it is done. D-U-N, done. And I want you to have a look at that. My good golly, doesn't that look delicious? I guess all we got left to do is give it a taste. So let's do just that. Get a little bite, a little bit of everything on the spoon. A little piece of turkey there, some broth. Let's give that a taste. Lay me down and softly whisper, that right there is delicious. Hardly fit to eat, one might say. But we're gonna keep going till we find a good spot, aren't we? Everything comes together for a perfect soup, and I can't wait to put those garlic cheddar biscuits in this and have me a good meal of it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna be about it for this episode of Eating Good in the Woods. Y'all going out there, be nice to one another. I love y'all. God bless. See you next time. Bye-bye.